Tonight's shave is going to be with this Gillette Silver Blue blade. Looks like it's got about 14 uses on it already. The brush has been soaking for a while because this is the one I'm working on the tips. I'm hoping that some good water soaks will soften them up. It seemed to work the last time I used this, so I'm going to do it again. The razor today, this is the Maggard V3A head that they have. A for aggression or aggressive, and it doesn't, when I shaved with it just a day or two ago, it didn't really feel very aggressive, but it did leave me with a little bit of irritation, kind of cumulative buildup. You almost didn't see it coming. A little bit of rawness, if you will. It was fixed by the balm, but I'm curious, was it a blade maybe that didn't agree with me? Was it the soap I used? Did it have an ingredient that irritated my skin a little bit? So, new, different blade. This is my reliable Gillette Silver Blue. And then the soap is going to be a homemade Arko Blue. So it's Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue Aftershave, mixed in with shreds of Arko. Arko being the, I think it's a Turkish or something in that region, soap. It's inexpensive. It's a great value. I think a 3-month supply in a stick form can be found for like $1.50 or less. And that is, the performance is top notch. The smell is really the only detractor. It's kind of an industrial lemony cleanser kind of smell. But what I did was I used a cheese grater, shredded half a stick, just as a proof of concept to see if I would like this. Shredded half a stick, and then I put it out on a paper plate. Set it out for 2 or 3 weeks to let that nasty scent just kind of evaporate. And so that is gone pretty much. And so then took those shreds, poured about half a bottle of Aqua Velva Ice Blue Classic into this container on the shreds, let them soak for a while, and all that was alcohol, and it pretty much evaporated. So we're left with the scent, and maybe I think it was mentholated and some of the other ingredients that are not alcohol. So Arko's a great performer, and I like that blue scent, so I'm hoping that I've got a winner right here. So let's lather it up. That's just how you can DIY a hard soap. You can do that with Williams. And now I've done it with Arko as well. Okay, I'm going to shake most of the water out of the brush. Okay. And we're at 06, so we're about to be at 10. And there we go. Let's just do a 30-second load, so we'll stop at 40. You may not need 30, but we'll take it anyway just in case. Three more seconds. And there we go. Kind of grab the loose lather. Arko is a triple milled hard soap, and that's why it lasts so long. For just, I think it's a 75-gram stick. And daily shaves, 3 months for $1.50. It's a really good rate. This is the kind of load that we got for 30 seconds. Sure looks like that'll be plenty. I've already wet my face before I started recording. Get those hairs start getting wet. Oh yeah, there's that nice blue scent. Hopefully it'll be strong enough. It starts out super soupy when you do the soap with the shreds and stuff. It's like, holy cow, did I add too much of the aftershave? But almost all of it evaporated, and what didn't evaporate absorbed. performance of Arko is something that pretty much not anybody questions. It's just a really good soap. So the cost of that, if I got that stick for $1, I think that Aqua Velva is like $5 at Walmart. I used up half of it, so we're looking at about $3.50 for a, well, you know what, if I would have done the whole puck of Arko, I mean the whole stick of Arko, this is half. So let's compare a whole stick. So that would be, I'd probably use the full bottle. Yeah, so that's about $6.50 for 3 months supply of soap, custom made according to a scent that you know, might like. So this is doing really well with just the water from the bowl. Obviously that is too dry. So we'll see what a 30-second load looks like with this. I have shaved with the Arko before in a similar black container. I put some shreds in there that I had set out. I did not add anything to it like I did this time. I just wanted that industrial lemony smell to go away, and it worked great. Arko is an excellent piece of your inventory if you need to stay on a budget and you want really good performance. And then the scent part of it, the smell, the nasty smell, some people actually like it. But if you're not one of them and you're still on a budget, get this soap, set it out. Week or two, it'll be, in a week or two, it will be so reduced in strength, scent, that you won't mind it anymore. Then just press it into whatever container you want. Yeah, nice scent. It's not super strong. It's not really coming up to my nose from here. Most of the soaps that have a strength that I like will do that, but we'll just see. It's possible that some of the fragrance evaporated as I was allowing the alcohol to evaporate. Maybe some of the fragrance did too. Doesn't have much of a sheen, but it's not necessarily a requirement. Now let us do a little finger check. Visually, it seems like maybe it needs some more water, but I don't think it does when I feel of it with my fingers. Maybe I even added too much. We'll have to see. Sometimes I do that. All right, water rinse, splash. So something I'm particularly looking forward to, or looking out for, is the tips on this brush. Did that long period of pre-soaking help them? Also the scent strength of the soap. It's there. I can smell that it's the blue, but I did a DIY Williams soap, and I did it with Pulse, Dynamic Pulse from Adidas. That was a good one at Walmart that smelled pretty good. And its scent was nicer than this. stronger, more present. And there we go. Sometimes you can examine your brush after that first pass and see if the lather looks better than it did when you started the pass. And if that's the case, then you didn't really get a good homogeneous, consistent mix in the bowl. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but that might have been what happened. So maybe mix a little bit longer in the bowl, or better, or just be fine with it. All right, let's see if this V3A leaves me with that irritation that it did yesterday. It was minor, but it was there. Well, I tell you, that blade that I used yesterday, what was it? I think it was an Astra Super Plat, Superior Platinum. It was smoother than this silver blue is right now. Definitely more comfortable. So we'll just have to see how it fares with the results department, and see if it generates any residual irritation buildup. Cross grain on my neck. And done. And rinse. So the scent wasn't all that strong in the first pass. Don't really expect it to improve. So in that sense, the experiment was a bit of a dud. I think the tips of the brush are a little bit improved. Maybe I mentioned that already. Scent strength, I would say around a 3. Not really strong enough. Sometimes a 3, sometimes a 2. Between there, and it's not really strong enough for me to enjoy it during the shave. It's not very present. A little bit of blade feel. Could be that this Gillette doesn't, silver blue just doesn't agree with this razor for my face. All right. Rinse. Yeah, overwatered the soap just a hair. It prevented me from getting, it's preventing me from getting a creamy feeling as I'm rinsing the lather away. It is by no means a bad lather. I think I'm going to end up with a good shave. And some people may like the lather exactly this way. Since it was a little wet, after my rinse, I dabbed my face with the towel to get rid of those excess droplets, and that will help the lather to cream up just a little bit more. Sure enough, looks very different. Alright, let's see how this blade feels on the third pass. Oh, I gotta look at that. Little blood there under the sideburns. Little nick. I felt that when I was rinsing. Now this is the third pass on my cheeks. Is a great little playground because most of the hairs have been cut really well. And so if I can adjust my angle so that I can still cut some hairs, then that's really helping me to learn where my sweet spot angle it really is. This is nice and predictable and consistent. It's an enjoyable blade type of blade feel. And that is often the case with the third pass because so much of the hair has been removed. It's usually very smooth. So with the Astra, I had a much smoother feel with this razor. I think I'm going to end up with that same little bit of tenderness and irritation as I did with the Astra. It's just that the Astra gave me a smoother ride while doing it. This blade is a little older than the Astra 2 by maybe 9 uses or something like that. Gonna rinse. I could get away without doing my neck only pass as usual. I could walk away with just 3 passes done. But I'm going to go ahead and do the touch up. I think that I'll go ahead and show you the lather we have left. Maybe 3 passes of lather, 2 passes definitely. And so the 30-second load was either about right on target if you want to have some margin left over, or maybe reduce it to 25 or 20, see what happens next time. And then I don't think I reloaded the syringe, so I believe it was 2 teaspoons of water used during the lather. A little bit of neck stretching. You should not do a lot. Notice I could go straight down in a perpendicular way, but I'm tilting and then going straight down with the tilt, and that helps with a slicing action instead of just a kind of a whacking type action. That can help you to get certain types of hairs. And I think that is all I'm going to do today. So let's rinse it off. Well, that's a good result. They're not, some of the hairs are cut to where I don't even see the tips. There are some that I see the tips, and it's like maybe they're right at the surface. And then there's one guy, I was able to pick up one guy that did not get cut flush, and so that is really good for me. I don't go against the grain because it causes irritation, and so that's about as good as I can hope for usually. Okay, so do I feel any irritation right now? Not really. Unfortunately, it was a fail in the scent department. The scent just wasn't really present during the shave. So this is basically just a a tub of Arko here, lightly scented with blue type stuff, you know, but it's basically a tub of Arko only. And hey, here is a sample that Stirling sent to me as a freebie for during an order, and it is the Tuscany post-shave balm. Why don't we give it a shot? This is a great time to do it since the soap was not very fragrant, and we're definitely not going to be stepping on any toes by applying this. So and I like Stirling balms. So you see what Tuscany smells like. Kind of getting a little bit of sweetness, fruity sweetness. Maybe a little cherry with some other fruits too, or something. I did not read the scent profile. I probably applied too much. That's interesting. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more aromatic or spicy or, you know, something like that. Maybe it's good that I didn't read the notes beforehand because I don't have any preconceived notions. Like I think Chiseled Face has a summer storm or trade winds or something that's supposed to be kind of aquatic, and I didn't pick up any of that. I didn't get any aquatic from shore from Declaration Grooming either. I mean, they got little girl's lip balm, like strawberry lip balm or whatever. So this is pleasant, easy going, more on the sweet side. Maybe images of lifesavers is kind of popping up in my brain. You know, the almond and cherry type scent is what Sella has, and that's an obvious part of the Italian culture, and so maybe this is partially related to that. Yeah, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem to be too sophisticated, but it's pleasant. It's not super manly. I'd say it's kind of in the unisex area. Kind of a candy scent, kind of what I'm picking up. All right, well, we'll use it again. Why not? It's not offensive. As you can see, it's kind of got, there's some whiteness on my face there, so I bet in about 12 minutes that'll be gone. It'll absorb, probably because I used a little bit too much. All right, cleanup time. So this blade, while being less smooth for me during the actual shave, I don't have that same rawness that I felt yesterday with the Astra. And before we're too critical about this head, we need to remember that they manufactured this and figured it out, and it's in production and it's available for about $8 for the head. And you can put on any kind, it's compatible with all sorts of handles. Cheap handles that you can get online for $7, or expensive handles that cost $180. You know, they all fit this, and so I think this is a great razor for a budget, and with that a little bit of aggression, I think it's going to easily be able to handle multiple days of growth if that's what you're dealing with too. So while it's not as comfortable as a lot of the other razors that I use on a daily basis, like the vintage Gillettes and like the Carved Bradley razor, the Wolfman razors, what else? The Fatipes that I have. It doesn't compare with those, but compare apples to apples. It's a lot cheaper, and it's still a very good head. And so will continue to recommend this for people starting out who just want to try out wet shaving to see if it's for them, or for people who are just on a budget. It'll work just fine. Work great. And who knows, you keep searching with blades. Also, this was an older blade. However, the last razor I used it on a few days ago, it was very comfortable and enjoyable. So I don't think it's gotten into a bad area of usability yet. So excellent razor for the price. Just tremendous. I'm so glad they're offering this. Now, if you like the Aqua Velva scent, this is probably not the way to go, unless maybe I doused it with even more product. But the more product you use, the less price advantageous this kind of DIY thing is. Stirling makes a blue scent, which I got a feeling is going to hit this right in the head, hit the nail right on the head there. I'll try it soon. Another company is Razor Rock, and they do What the Puck, and they have a blue puck, and it's a triple milled soap. It's very hard. It'll last a while. It's a good value, and the scent was a little bit better with that one. The performance wasn't as good as Arko, but it's a good one. And they want to charge you $9 on the website, but I think usually in the on sale area, there was $9 where you buy all three of the colors: the orange, the lime, and the blue. You know, so that's a better price thing already. And what's crazy is I was looking on eBay, and that What the Puck, they were trying to sell it for $20 when I can get it for $3 if I look in the right place. So be careful with eBay. If you don't know what you're doing, just stay away from it for shaving stuff, because it can really be overpriced. All right, well, pretty good performance today from this guy. Not very prickly. We'll just keep doing that and see if we can get those tips to keep softening up. So I'm happy with that. This is the That Darn Rob Fanchurian. It's a 26 millimeter brush. Love the ergonomics of this handle. I've got big hands, and it just fits really well. Yeah, almost done cleaning up. This balm is interesting. The sweet stuff that I was telling you about before, it started to lessen. That just must be the top note, or part of the top notes, and so that as that starts to evaporate, molecularly speaking, it'll do that a little quicker because of its nature, and there are other scents that are layered underneath it that will still be there, and I'm starting to smell a few of those occasionally. It's still kind of weak, but it is interesting. Maybe some woody notes, or grassy or something like that. So the story with the V3A, the razor head from Maggard there, holds up pretty well from the Astra I shaved with the other day. It did not leave me with that the lingering stealth irritation. I didn't get that today, but what I got was a little bit less comfort during the shave. First pass was probably the same as the Astra, but the second and third only lessened to a smaller degree, whereas they were more smooth with the Astra. So I think that's pretty much about the same, and there's probably some variation in soap lather and technique and things like that today. But like I said, it's a good razor for the price. It's an excellent razor for the price. All right. There we go. So Arko DIY, that particular scent from Aqua Velva Blue, half the bottle, not quite strong enough for me. How about that? That's the way it goes. Try stuff out. And that's what's great thing with Arko. I tried it out on 75 cents worth of soap instead of a $25 soap or something like that. All right, well, I hope there was something here for you. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Take care. Good night.